Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the No One to Tell Us No podcast, a podcast where we share our life experiences and truly live life like there's no one to tell us no. I'm Courtney, and with me is my husband and number one support, Charlie.
Happy New Year.
So, for this episode, I'm really excited about it because we are talking about all things New Year's. So, new year, new me, goal setting, what that looks like for us, and maybe even touch on our favorites from this past year and what we're looking forward to in next year. So, let's dive into it.
All right. Little recap.
Yeah. But first, before we get into the recap, let's kind of take it way back. I'm curious, were there any New Year's Eve or New Year's Day traditions for you and your family growing up?
Not as big as like Christmas. Feel like it was more of a stay at home. We'll watch the ball drop on TV, maybe get some of that sparkling apple cider and have dinner in. I don't remember what that dinner was, but everything's closed on New Year's Eve. And so I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know we kind of stayed in. It really wasn't like a big deal. No going over to like people's houses for a New Year's Eve party or anything like that. It was more of like, let's watch the ball drop in the show. I feel like back then the show like on like NBC or ABC or CBS, one of those channels, was way better than it is nowadays. I feel like all it is like music performances, and then they jump around the country and the world to different places. I don't know. But that was primarily it for me. And then New Year's Day really wasn't that crazy anything either. We would just go over to my grandparents' house, and later it became going over to my aunt's house, my dad's sister, and we would have, it's a very southern thing, black-eyed peas and green beans, and I believe like a pork dish. It was like pork tenderloin or something like that. But the black-eyed peas and the collard greens is like a good luck thing into the new year. It's like a southern tradition thing, and so went along with that. I don't know exactly all what it meant, but I was like, all right, we're having collard greens and black-eyed peas.
From what I remember, your grandmother described it as the collards were the dollar bills and the black-eyed peas were the change or the pennies to wish good fortune for the next year.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah. And then
I was just always like, okay, it's food.
And then the pork was usually like a piggy bank or something like that resembled the piggy bank.
That makes sense. I feel like still now you can go to some southern restaurants and they'll be like New Year's Day, black-eyed peas and collard greens.
Yeah, we definitely did not do anything like that in my little town of Butner, North Carolina. And when we even moved here, we did not do collards and black-eyed peas, but we did keep it very low key, kind of like what you mentioned.
It's very low key. Nothing like Christmas was the big shebang, and then that was pretty much it.
Now, something that I like to do for New Year's is, it doesn't have to happen every year. Like if you guys listen to the last episode where we talked about Christmas traditions and we would go and get Chinese food on Christmas Eve, this is a tradition that I enjoy doing for New Year's Eve. It's like charcuterie stuff.
Yeah.
You just kind of snack throughout the night leading up to the ball dropping, and then you kiss your loved one and then you go off to bed because pretty tired by that time. But yeah, just like little finger foods is something that I like to have around on New Year's Eve.
And then you like to have a black and white cookie.
I do. I love a good black and white cookie because I don't know if it's meant to be this meaning, but to me it kind of resembles the black side, like dismissing like the negative from the previous year, and then the white side is like what you're looking forward to in the next year,
bringing in the new light.
Yeah, so just has a little bit deeper meaning for me, at least, but maybe not to everybody.
And we're definitely not like going out clubbing people either.
No.
So we don't like, we have never really or don't have plans to go out to, the stereotypical bar atmosphere and
Mm-mm.
party and dance the night away. It's not really our scene. Now, I would like one time to take you to Epcot for New Year's Eve.
I would be kind of nervous for that.
It's fun, but I feel like, it's like a more safe area. It's regulated.
Yeah.
I don't think anything too wild is going to happen there, but it's Disney nighttime entertainment for New Year's, and they go all out, like fireworks galore and stuff that I've seen. I've been there one time for New Year's when I was about like 15 years old with my family, and it was crazy. The fireworks spectacular at Epcot was exactly what I said, spectacular. You think something went wrong. Like, that's how many fireworks are going off at once. The sky literally turned white with how much. But I would like to go with you one day so we can experience it together. It's a little hard with our little pup.
Yeah.
Especially if he doesn't like all the big bangs from the fireworks.
Yeah, definitely have to give him those little happy pills around New Year's and 4th of July. If you are a pet parent, if you know, you know.
So before we jump into 2026, well, that's still a little weird to say because I still forget that we're 2025 for some reason. I feel like we have a ways to go in 2025.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me. But if you've listened to prior episodes, you probably know we moved to the Orlando area in November of 2024. So when we moved down here, we had like a month to get settled in over Christmas, and then bam, it's 2025. And so right now we've been here for just over a year. And so a lot of things have happened. Got to do a lot of things, but it's also been a little crazy at times too.
A lot of change has happened this year.
Before we jump into the good, what was probably like a day can just like be erased from time? Like, everybody has the best day of the year or have some fun times of the year, but I think me and you are both on the same page. Maybe like, that's probably not the greatest day of the year. And it happened like right at the beginning of the year.
It did. For me, this day was January 13th. I remember it so vividly because it was the day that our dog Bandit had his heart surgery. And we'll do a whole episode on his condition and his whole journey, probably in our next episode. We'll see. Yeah. But that day was his surgery day, and
that was not fun.
Was not fun because what turned into a really good chance of him getting through the surgery turned into
an okay chance. And to top it all off, it was my first day at my first job since moving down here.
Yeah, so you couldn't really even talk to me. You were doing your orientation stuff. So I had to make some really hard choices on that day.
Yeah, my brain was not with it, and so that was not fun. But luckily everything is fine now.
Everything's fine
now. We're good. But like she said, I think it'd be interesting to kind of hash out that whole adventure and journey about his health and his heart health. We're coming up on that year anniversary of that surgery too, so we'll do it around then or something like that.
Yeah.
But this episode is not about that.
No. But
I'd say, worst day of the year, get it out of the way quick is January. So we had the rest of the year to look forward to. And boy, was it a packed-filled one.
Yeah. Lots of going to the different Epcot festivals, just experiencing what it's like living 15 minutes away from the theme parks, new jobs. Oh my gosh, just so much stuff. Concerts.
Yeah, just figuring out like life down here in general. Because we had lived in Wilmington, North Carolina most of our lives, and it's a moderately sized town, growing in population, definitely. We've lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is quite a bit bigger than Wilmington, not as big as Orlando, but this is definitely like a whole new experience for us on a way bigger scale. So that whole adjusting to the life is completely different. I know it sounds strange to say because like, oh, you just moved from one city to another, but like the lifestyle is completely different. The driving is completely different. The people here are completely different. The cultures are completely different. The way people talk to you and act are completely different. I would say 50-40% of the people that you run into on a day-to-day basis don't even live here.
Yeah.
Because you're in a very tourist-centric area. And where we do live, it's more heavily tourist. I think one day we'd like to venture off and have our home somewhere not in this area that we currently are in. I think there are definitely areas around Orlando that are more filled with like locals
Yeah.
and people that are here all the time. They live their day-to-day lives and
Like
things
more
like that.
suburban
Yeah.
style of
Even
living.
those little pockets like north of downtown where it's just like old Orlando and family neighborhoods and everything like that, because it is a little bit farther away and tucked away from the theme park and tourist areas.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, it's very different being down here. So the adjustments is different. I will tell you one thing. I felt like I've been sprinting for the past year in a way that like we're always doing something fun, but always trying to figure out stuff and just trying to get adjusted and accustomed to life and having to make all those changes when you move somewhere completely different, especially in a whole different state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think for me, because we've done a few moves before, just like you mentioned, but for me, moving 3 states away was a culture shock in a way. And also, all the little things that you have to change your license, your registration, all the little things. Like, I had to change my school counselor license to a Florida license, not a North Carolina one.
All your taxes are
Yeah.
completely different. Like we have no state taxes down here. There's state taxes in North Carolina, so filing is different. And you might make a little bit more money in one way or another, like because of that. And things cost more in certain ways, and some things cost less because of the way things are run around here. It's completely different. So you're like, okay, we're doing our best to pick up our lives and move it down here. And just, I mean, if people are like, it's going to take me a couple months to get adjusted, no, it's like a year.
Yeah.
Unless you're planning on not doing anything and just focusing on your life, maybe you can do it quicker. But if you're also trying to enjoy your life too, it's going to take a minute.
Yeah. Another difficult thing down here, because we don't have any family or friends already that lived down here, was making new friends. And you really have to put yourself out there in order to meet new people and make new friends.
Especially when you're 30.
Yeah. Because everybody's got different lifestyles and different schedules, and everybody lives so far away from each other. Like, I've met so many amazing people, but they live at like each corner of the outskirts of Orlando, so it takes an hour to get to their different residences.
That might sound normal to some people, but for us, coming to a place where like, oh, a friend was 15 minutes down the road, and it's like, nope, at least 30 minutes to get to this person or place or whatnot. Yeah, it's different. You've had an easier time making friends than me. I would say for me, it's more difficult because of my work schedule. The type of work that I do doesn't allow for free time when others have free time.
Yeah. Well, because you work mostly nights and also usually weekends.
It's when all the entertainment is happening. I am there supporting your fun times.
So I know we've kind of talked a lot about maybe the negatives or the struggles of this year, but I do want to, because new year, new us, it's more about focusing on the good and looking forward to what is to come. So what were some favorites of this year?
I would have to say the abundance of things to do. Like for us, we've really gotten into going to live music. And a lot of our favorite bands pass through our area in one venue or another. There's so many venues around the area, and we're just an hour away from Tampa. So that's like a quick drive over if they stop at Tampa and not Orlando. And having that ability to do that, because I remember back in Wilmington, we had some venues close by, but then we would see like, oh, they're stopping there. Why couldn't they have stopped a little closer? And so now we're like able to like really like go out and see everything that we wanted to see, because all the big tours or I wouldn't say big tours, but all the tours that we want to see are stopping by our area, which is fun. I just counted it up before we started. We have seen 18 different shows this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's not just concerts. That's comedy shows, that's Broadway shows, mostly concerts though.
Yeah. And that's also including the Epcot festival concerts.
Yeah, those count as a concert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I love the location I love the proximity to all the things that there is to do. That has been a favorite of mine for this year. If we're talking specific favorites, like maybe a specific concert that we've gone to, or
Yeah, what's your favorite concert?
that we've gone to this year, I would have to say it was probably the Ice Nine Kills concert.
Yeah, that's definitely top of my list. I thought about being number one. I was like, well, she's gonna say that.
I
You
know.
you're gonna say that.
Yeah, that one was really good because I love Ice Nine Kills. They put on a really good performance, and then their supporting acts were really good too.
You didn't get to come see this show with me, but it was the first show that I saw this year. I had to buy a resale ticket. It's a little overpriced, but I was like, I really want to see them. It was the Dropkick Murphys. In the past, I have worked a show that were at one of the venues I was working at, but I said if they ever come near me again, I will be watching them from the audience, and I took advantage of it, and I went, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with the Dropkick Murphys, they're from Boston, but they do like an Irish rock, like punk, ska type music. And it is just so energetic and so fun. And everybody in the venue knows all the verses. And so that's a really good one. I'm sorry it wasn't with you, but it was very memorable. And if they come back, I'm definitely taking you.
Yeah. I already mentioned this before, but a show that I saw without you was the Melrose Avenue show, and that was a really good one too. Even though I didn't really know the supporting acts, I only knew Melrose Avenue, but it was still a really good time.
Yeah.
Did you have any like favorite restaurants that we've been to?
Oh gosh, that's the thing about moving down here. There are so many good places to eat. Forget all the chain restaurants. Like, put those aside. There's still so many just good local establishments to grab a really good bite to eat. Everything from just like fast casual all the way up to like an upscale dining. And honestly, we haven't done like a lot of upscale dining. It's been more of like a fast casual and like little dive places. It's been so good.
Yeah.
The Latin cuisine around here is off the chart.
Oh, for sure.
If you're not familiar, the Orlando area has a high population of people from Central and South America. And with that, they bring all their wonderful recipes of delicious, delicious food.
And we are here for it.
Yes. That style of food has been really good. Branching out to the different, specific types of Asian food has been really fun to experience. For like a specific restaurant that has been like on my mind ever since we've eaten there has been Topolino's at the Riviera Resort on Walt Disney World property. And I know it's like, oh, Walt Disney World, but this is like out of this world. Probably one of the more adventurous dining experiences we've had. And it was just so good, like top notch.
Yeah.
It's one of the more signature dining experiences. We went for our anniversary and everything was just 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Every dish was just amazing. No complaints at all. And what's even better is if you time it right, there's the fireworks view right there.
Just the whole experience for me was very memorable. And like, the food was just so good. I think about it all the time. I wish I could go there more often, but got to have deeper pockets for that. Yeah. That's very special occasion restaurant.
Oh, yeah. For me, I'm going to go more casual with my favorite restaurant. This place we went to within our first month of us moving here. And it is right up my alley with little bites and stuff. It's a restaurant called Flame Kebab.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the Dr. Phillips area. And it's kind of unassuming because it's in like an area that has like multiple restaurants and kind of like a strip mall. But
there's a lot of really popular restaurants around it. And then right in the middle is this little unassuming Mediterranean establishment.
But when I say they have the best falafel, they have the best baba ganoush,
hummus, grape leaves,
the pita bread, everything.
They have a good burger.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but they have a really good burger. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just everything there is amazing, and it's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, and we've taken some people there before and they've just thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So good.
I know when your parents came and visited, the couple of times that they have, your mom always is like, I want to go back to that flame kebab place because it's so good.
Yeah.
So that to me is a highlight restaurant of our 2025.
I would say, like, if I'm going to go back to casual, Mexis Tacos has been a really fun place to find. And I'm sure there's better like Mexican food around, but this is Mexican street food, but it is really good. It's so funny because it's attached to a gas station service station. You have the place where you can go inside and get your drinks and stuff and whatnot from the gas station. But then next door is the taco place. And it is really, really good.
Yeah.
Like we found that very soon after moving too. And everything that we've had there is great. Like we've had the tamales, we've had the empanadas, we've had the taco bowls. I've had the shrimp tacos. We've had the birria tacos. We've had the birria pizza. But the one thing there that just makes me like shake my head and question how are they doing this is that street corn.
Yeah.
For some reason, their street corn is like super sweet, and the coating that they put over top of it is just perfect, and it's just good.
Yeah. And again, very reasonably priced.
Yeah. So we always go there. I think we gorge out and get way too much food.
I know my eyes are definitely bigger than my stomach when we go there.
Now, before we move on, there's one like honorable mention sweet treat place that we found, and it is a little bit of a chain. I think it was started locally, not around here, but locally somewhere else. And like local franchisees can take and run with it in different areas around the country. But we found this place on a whim after having dinner one night, and I'm so glad we did. It's called the Peach Cobbler Factory. And that has been like, one of my favorite things to go get. Like being from the South and just loving those kind of desserts. Oh, it's so good.
They have some really good banana pudding there. I know that they're known for their peach cobbler and all their other cobblers, but the banana pudding is so good.
Yeah.
I have also gotten the cinnamon roll. They have cookies. They have
milkshakes, ice cream,
just anything you could think of.
The cobbler is good. And they don't just have peach. They have cherry, blueberry, blackberry, apple, sweet potato, peach cobbler with pecans or something like that. And they can top it with ice cream. It's just good, like, solid.
Yeah.
It's solid.
And it's a good helping too. Like,
it's full. Yeah, you're full.
You kind of are like, "Ooh, did I really just eat all that?" Yes, you did.
But it's been fun trying a lot of the food. I know we've had some amazing meals and some amazing bites to eat. And we're probably forgetting some of them.
Oh, for sure.
But I think some of those are like stuck in our head. And some of these that we've mentioned, we've been back to multiple times over and over again. There's other ones that are out of this world too. You know, I feel like when you move to a new place, you find those places that you frequent that aren't like too crazy overpriced or things like that. It's like, okay, I know I can go here and get a decent, good Mexican meal.
Yeah.
For reasonably priced. And you kind of frequent those establishments more often than you would the crazy dining experience or festival or things like that. But a lot more to explore in 2026. Yeah. I know you and me both have like a running list of restaurants when we see them online on Instagram or whatnot. We're like, I'm putting that on the list.
I know. I like share so many restaurants and things to do in the area with you, and they just get lost, I feel like, in the sea of reels.
Yeah.
So before we move on to what we hope 2026 is going to look like, What would you say is like one word or feeling or something that resembled 2025 for you?
If I could do this one word, probably be like adaptable. It's like 2025 for Charlie and Courtney was the year to adapt
Yeah,
to a new place.
like roll with the punches.
Yeah, because a lot happened, right from January with our pup and his health condition, and then new jobs and all those new experiences we have right outside of our door, and just adapting to the different lifestyle and the people that are here. And I feel like a lot of this I'm saying again, but it really was a year just trying to figure out how to be in a new place and adapt to somewhere brand new by ourselves. We could call on people and ask them for advice and talk to them, and people could come down and visit. If we had to go somewhere or be gone for a long period of time, we would need somebody to watch Bandit. We couldn't just call a parent or a friend.
And luckily, we did find a really awesome dog sitter, and
She's unfortunately moved to a different state.
yeah, she had to move back to New York. Sad.
Yeah, but just a lot, like that's just one example of things. But when you move on your own with no familiar surroundings, you're really testing your relationship with each other and hopefully proving to yourself that you can do this and you can overcome all the craziness that may be thrown at you, and it'll eventually smooth itself out. We've been here for just over a year. We've experienced what 12 months is like living in the area. We know what to expect. We know what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting now to feel a little bit more like at ease.
Yeah. We kind of
things.
have our routines of how we do things. And it's funny that earlier in the conversation you mentioned that this year has felt like a sprint, because my first thought when I was thinking of this was the word momentum.
Mhm.
And how throughout the year, yeah, we're doing all these things, but I didn't feel like we had good traction on whatever it was that we were doing or settling in. So like we were doing all the things and having fun and experiencing life and settling down where we could, but I feel like for going into this upcoming year, I want more of that like traction of like, okay, we have our routine set.
But that's a side effect of doing what we did,
Yeah.
is packing it up and moving.
Right.
Because you spend years and years of your life like establishing yourself in a place and building relationships and networking and growing yourself. And then you say, well, I'm going to uproot everything and do it again down there. So you have to start almost from square one. You can take your knowledge and experience that you had
Yeah.
in the past, but then you have to bring it here and have confidence in yourself that you'll be able to do it. So I think that's where the momentum and the no traction feeling comes into play, especially for me, is because it's like I know what to do. I just got to do it again.
Yeah.
Instead, and I feel like for a lot of people it could be discouraging, and I feel like that's why a lot of people don't take the risk and jump and move and go do something different, because they don't want to start all over again. But I think we kind of viewed it as like a new experience and a new adventure.
It's all about mindset.
And something that if we didn't do, we probably never would do.
Now, I know we talked about one day of the year that we would just get rid of. Is there a favorite day of the year that you're like, yeah, like that was a good day?
That's a tough question too. But I would have to say it being so cool that we're close to theme parks and so cool all the attractions that are near us. I feel like you can't do all that stuff unless everybody's happy and healthy and along for the ride. I know he can't come with us to all these places, but we have a responsibility to take care of him and make sure he's all comfortable and stuff too. So during his time of recovering from his heart surgery and whatnot, he was going through a lot. He was on meds and everything, and we had to be with him here a lot because he had to go outside to use the bathroom more frequently, and there were lots of other things, doctor's appointments he had to get checkups on, make sure he was doing well. So I think My favorite day of the year is when you took him to his cardiology appointment and they said he's done with meds.
Mm-hmm.
And that last day that you gave him his meds, it was like, what?
We did it.
We did it, and he did it, and you could tell he felt better. We felt less stressed of having to make sure, we were not forgetting medications, and it wasn't the easiest to give him the medications.
No.
Neither one of us, we both struggled with it. We found ways to get it to him, but he wasn't the most cooperative sometimes with it. I mean, nobody wants to take all those pills and things like that. And it was probably uncomfortable for him. So to just realize like he's more comfortable now and we don't have to worry so much, and like we can step away from the house for a little bit longer. It was just such a relief that I felt like things were back to normal.
Yeah. I felt like we could actually like take a breath and just be a happy little healthy family like we were before kind of crap hit the fan.
Yeah.
And that to me was my favorite day of one, hearing, yes, once you're done with the meds, you're done. But also the last day that I gave him his Pemobendin was...
Which is the name of a drug.
Yeah. Which was one of his medicines that he had to take. For me, I would agree that that was probably like one of the best days. Not because we don't care about him or care about his health, but we like to go out and do things, and knowing that he's okay here at home.
Yeah, the whole thing was uncomfortable for him too.
Right.
Like he didn't like taking the meds, and the side effects of the meds were not very fun for him either.
Right.
And so just knowing that we had the relief of knowing that he was okay to be alone for longer, and I know he felt better. Like he's like a new dog right now.
Oh yeah.
It reversed his age like 3 or 4 years, I felt like.
I know, right?
some reason, but that's so cool. Besides the medication-free pup, I would say, I think we both said it, shortly after we moved here, when there were days that we would go to a theme park or be leaving the theme park and we were like, I can't believe we're just right here.
Yeah.
You would spend hours and days planning a trip when you were states away, and now it's just like, you want to go to Epcot, get in the car and go. And it's like, I remember you have said multiple times, you're like, I can't believe we get to do this.
Yeah, there have been times where we've been like leaving the park, like you said, and it just like hits you where you take a minute and you're like, wow, I can't believe that we live here, that we did this, that we're here right now. Because, yeah, like you said, you maybe spend hours, days, all this time preparing for those once in a lifetime trips or once a year trips. And yes, it's amazing and fun to plan and they happen, but to literally live with Disney right outside your door is wild.
I mean, as we're recording this right now, we're hearing fireworks from the Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve celebration.
Yep. So just those little moments for me have really meant a lot throughout the year.
And not tired of it yet.
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Not to get too deep in this, but I think it's just when you live down here, everyone experiences going to Walt Disney World and even Universal and SeaWorld and things like that, completely different than if you're on vacation. And so it's still a different experience. It's like, well, haven't you been a bunch? I was like, well, I get to do things a little bit different than you.
Yeah.
And I get to see and experience it in a way that you're not. And even different than what we had experienced before, because we used to be the vacationers and now we're not. And there's still things that we haven't done.
Yeah.
People are like, you must have done everything. I'm like, no.
There's plenty to do. So now that we've kind of recapped our 2025 year, I want to focus on like moving forward, what the new year is going to look like for us, whether it's personal, couple related, relational related, podcast related. So do you have any personal goals or anything that you have on your brain for next year?
I think for me, and that I've been kind of trying to build on this over the last couple years of when I kind of had this realization. I want to continue working on like living life to the fullest and really not taking it for granted and not feeling like I have to do what is quote unquote the normal thing. I can't remember the exact time that this kind of sparked in my brain, but like I really just got frustrated with the idea that you have to work all these years and you have to save this certain way and you have to buy a house and you have to do all this. And I got to a point where I got so frustrated with the feeling of being behind and not where I wanted to be. And
Trying to like live the status quo life.
yeah, and it wasn't fun. Like when people would tell you, cool, you're doing this and you've done that, and I've been like, I'm not 100% having fun.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like waiting for 30, 40 years to go have my fun. I want to have fun now and I want to experience things now. And so I know me and you have been really working on trying to develop our life and transition our life to what that looks like for us. And it's going to look like that for different people if they have the same feelings. There are some people that want to do the status quo and normal life, and that's completely fine. Nothing against that. I just don't have that in me to want to be like that. Like I said, me and you have been really trying to have those conversations and really plan out things to make sure our life is what we want it to be and not what people expect it to be. Because I know we still have conversations with people and family, and they're like, well, are you supposed to do it like that? I'm like, it doesn't matter. We want to do it the way we want to do it. And before anybody gets any ideas, we take care of ourselves personally, financially, everything. We make sure all that is covered, but we're just tweaking things a little bit.
Well, especially with us choosing to be child free, I mean, that alleviates an expense. It alleviates time. It gives us, I mean, to be honest, it gives me physical health that I wouldn't be able to do certain things if I was pregnant or had a kid.
But all in all, like for me, I think that just continually working on that. And I think it's an ongoing changing thing. I don't know. It's fun to be different.
Yeah.
Like I love talking to people and their reaction of like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do that at your age, or like you're supposed to be doing this. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. And they're just like thrown off. And I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have to do that.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that saying, everyone's version of success looks different.
Yeah.
For some people, success looks like the 2.5 children, 2 incomes, 401k.
How do you have a half a child?
It's the weird statistic.
I know. I know. You say 2.5 children. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
I think that's the funniest statistic, but I get that it's an average. But anyways, so to some people that is success. To others, it is how much they have in their bank account and have as lucrative money, cash.
I think we've both gotten to a point where money doesn't matter as much as we thought it would. Material items don't matter as much as we thought it would. I used to want a really cool car when I was younger. I had a dream car. I mean, it still is a dream car.
I think we all had a dream car.
Yeah, like be James Bond and have an Aston Martin. Like that would be so cool. Now I'm like, I'd rather go overseas on a trip, like than spend the money on that. And I don't know. I just don't want to wake up one day and not physically or mentally be able to do something and regret not taking the opportunity when I could.
Not taking the chance to try something new or to go to this new place. And
like I tell you, that scares me more than retiring with not enough money.
Yeah.
Because then at least I can say, well, I got to do this.
Yeah.
And the people that waited to do X, Y, and Z are like, some of them will be able to do an adventure and some of them will be like, man, I wish I didn't wait because now I can't.
Yeah.
because age will catch up with you at some point.
Yeah.
You know what is funny? Last comment about this is that some people I will tell my goals and ambitions to and how we strive to live. And there are the occasional few, and it's people older in retirement age, and they'll go, I wish I had thought that way sooner in life. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for the
validation.
For the validation that I'm not crazy. I don't think I'm crazy, but when the majority of the population is telling you that you should do it one way and you're trying to live life a different way, and then
it gives you a sense of doubt or like questioning at times.
But then there's a handful of people that went, I wish I had come to that realization sooner in life, because they would have been like, my life would have been completely different.
And I think that's a really cool mindset to live by.
Yeah.
Well, some of my goals for the year, not as philosophical as yours.
Okay, first of all, I don't really set goals like how you're going to mention. Like, I don't have those listed out New Year's resolutions. If somebody asked me, what's a New Year's resolution? I'll be like, oh, I want to remain constant with my physical health. I like to doctor's appointments and going to the gym and eating right and things like that. But I don't have like, I want to do this amount of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever it would be. And like, I don't have like numbers set to things. So it's more of like me and my mindset and like how I want to continue to change or things that I want to change.
Yeah. So again, it's kind of, more philosophical, I guess. Whereas mine, so for me, I used to say, oh, I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to do this. But over the past 3 years, I have created a bingo card. And I got this idea through like TikTok or Instagram or something. And I thought it was such a cool idea because it almost puts your New Year's goals in a game format so that throughout the year, you put it in a place that's easily accessible, like the fridge or something is where I keep mine. And
you put it inside the fridge?
Yeah. I put it on the fridge and I have it in a spot where I can easily see it so that whenever I'm like cooking dinner or getting ready for work, I can see it and I can be like, oh, have I done any of these things? Or what's something that I want to work on this week or whatever it is. But I have a little bingo card and it ranges anything from like a financial goal to a health goal to just for funsies goal that's more easy to attain. So
this is your third one?
This is my third one.
The first two, did you win on either one of them?
Well, it depends on what you mean by win. If
classic bingo win, straight up and down, across.
I mean, I think I have completed like a row.
Corners, diagonal.
Overall goal is to do a coverall where you X out everything. But if you get some kind of winning combination, then you're supposed to like treat yourself is like the idea behind it. So I remember I have done at least like a straight line, whether it's diagonal or up and down or left, right, whatever. But one goal that I have every year, and I've been working towards it, is my goal weight is to be 150 pounds. And we can go more into that later, but
you've been doing good like with that. A couple years ago, we started going to the gym like more consistently.
Yeah.
And you've just been primarily doing the gym for this too.
Yeah.
We've changed some eating a little bit.
We've changed our eating to be a little bit more organic, a little bit more like whole natural foods as opposed to, fresh foods as opposed to going out to eat all the time, things like that.
Even though it sounds like we go out to eat a lot, but we honestly don't. We eat in more than we go out.
Yeah. Another goal that I try to attain every year is going to the same amount of concerts or more than the previous year. And so for this year in 2026, my goal is to go to at least 8 concerts that are not Epcot related.
And those are just concerts, right? Because I remember at the beginning I mentioned 18 and I was including Broadway shows and comedy shows. You're just talking like
Just
music concerts.
Yes, just music concerts.
That you paid a separate ticket for, not Epcot.
Yes.
Included. And what I mean is the Epcot shows during the different festivals might have bands playing, and so it's included in your annual pass or day ticket to the park. Yeah. And you can go see a concert from a well-known band.
So 8 of those. We have 4 already lined up, so we're already halfway there.
Yeah, we just have to go to them.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to them. So I have 25 of these on my little bingo card. I'm not going to go over all of them, but some of them are like, I want to read 75 books this year. Last year, I met my goal and I read 50 books. I do count audiobooks as reading.
Hey, you got to do it on the go, man.
Yeah. I also want to, of those 75, I want 12 of them to be nonfiction. This is a bleed over from last year because I am not a nonfiction reader. So I'm going to try to do it better this year and read some nonfiction.
Read a finance book.
Ew. Something else, I want to do 4 solo dates a year, like where I go and like take myself out and do something fun by myself.
I'm gonna feel so left out, especially if it's fun. You know, the Instagram reel is like when my husband ate something yummy without me, and it's like a cat that does a mad face.
Yeah. Yep. I also want to get 4 spa treatments throughout the year.
You have 1 coming up.
I do. So I'm getting on the ball this year.
25% there.
I'm 25% of the way there. We're 50% of the way there with the concerts. Listen, we're already making good progress. And something else I want to do, if any of my book club friends are listening to this, I want to go on a bookish retreat or some kind of trip related to our book club. I think that'd be fun. Even if it's just like a little staycation or something like that. Want to learn a new skill, regularly go to all my doctor or dentist appointments, because I am one that I will make the appointment, but then I'm like, oh, life got in the way, so I had to cancel, and then I never reschedule. So I need to do better with that. But yeah, so just different things, anywhere from finance to...
It's funny because I feel like we're backwards on that. Like, I'm all on top of my doctor's appointments and everything. Like, I feel like stereotypically it's like the wife is making sure the husband is going to all his appointments. And I really don't bug you about it. I let you do your own thing. And
the most I ever go to or really need to maybe get more established with is with my thyroid, because I do have a little thyroid issue. You have more things wrong with you.
Yeah, that can be a whole another episode of why I have to consistently make sure I go to the doctor and the dentist.
Now, one goal that I have on here that's probably going to be a stretch is a no impulse buying month.
That's hard, especially living down here.
I know. That one I think is going to be the hardest one, because it's almost like you have to plan ahead for it and really...
Now, does that only count for you? Do I have to follow that rule?
I mean...
Or is this a team thing? Because that's your bingo card.
I mean...
It's not my bingo card.
That's not your bingo card.
So you can sit there and watch me eat around the world at Epcot.
Man.
And you can just look at my pretty little face as I shove it full of food.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I would like to think of this as like a team effort in the no impulse buying month.
I didn't agree to this.
I'm being held hostage.
This completely is going off of my philosophical train of living life to the fullest.
It goes completely against everything that you just mentioned, but it would only be for 1 month. So I don't know. It's just something I've seen on social media.
I have like a child's mindset when it comes to a month. That's too long. It's like forever.
Well, check back in with us next December, because maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't.
I don't think this one's going to get crossed off.
It's okay. It didn't get crossed off last year either. This is another bleed over. But I also have...
I blame Orlando.
I know.
I
blame Disney.
Fault. It's not our fault. It's Orlando's fault.
I also, one more, I have sleep or be in bed before midnight for 30 days.
Oh, yeah. I could never.
Well, you work at nights. But for me, as somebody who works at 8 in the morning, and I gotta
Normal
wake up at
time.
like 6:30 in the morning. Be nice to be in bed before midnight. So those are just a few of
It's
my.
not like I'm holding you back from that or anything.
No, not at all. So those are just a few of my goals for this year. And I have a few more on here, but I won't tell them all because I don't want to be accountable for all of them. But yeah, so going into 2026, I know you said your mindset was going to be more like
Well, it already is. I'm gonna work more towards it. Like,
work more towards living life like there's no one to tell you no.
that is exactly the reason for the name of the podcast.
Exactly. So, speaking of the podcast, what kind of goals do you envision or want to aim for with this podcast?
We've talked about this a lot. And I know you might feel a little uneasy about this, but I am really considering like video. We're just doing audio right now. And I feel like video would be interesting.
I'm on the fence with this one.
I understand what you're saying and why you're on the fence with it. And I get all those reasons. But I feel like, I don't know, be fun. And not even just the video of us doing the podcast, but even like some sort of video content of us doing our activities that we like to go do. So we post a lot of the pictures and short clips on Instagram and Facebook, but I don't know. It might just be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's just something that I've thought about, and I know we've kind of conversated about recently.
Yeah. I am a little hesitant on doing any kind of recording videos. I know that tends to be the more popular thing to do, but to me it's just very nice to just like literally right now, if you were a fly on our wall listening to this, you would just see me sitting on the couch with our dog.
Yeah, we're very relaxed.
Chilling in a chair. Like there's not really this huge elaborate setup like you would see in other podcast type channels.
Again, it's just an idea, not something that we're going to start doing January 1st.
No.
It's just something that we've talked about.
But I would be more into or more okay with doing like short reviews in the moment, like at the theme parks or something, like taking our little microphones and doing little recordings at the park.
That kind of leads us into a change that we have been talking about.
Yeah.
About having the podcast like we're doing right now just be very conversational. Like we pick a topic and we're just talking about it.
Yeah, we might have like a couple of little talking points or questions for each other, but I know I enjoy the more conversational style of this podcast format versus the informational style, like when we went to the
Food and Wine
Festival or the Festival of the Holidays even, or...
Well, we didn't do it for that one.
We did a little bit. There was a little bit of information.
But not as much as the Food and Wine Festival.
No.
We've just noticed that our conversations seem to be more natural or more fluid when we're just pick a topic and go with it.
And like I don't feel as much pressure to get words correct, and I don't feel this pressure or this internal like, oh my gosh, I didn't say that right, or I didn't do this correctly.
Like when we were reading menu items and reading the descriptions, we're having to read off of a piece of paper written down or typed out, something like that. And then it becomes very like scripted in a way. The conversation around it is not scripted, but having to read that, so it kind of breaks it up. I didn't really like that feeling of like, okay, it sounds natural here, and then you can tell that we're reading. And so it's then ultimately like the feeling. And we got to talking and we thought, you know, we might just enjoy doing these conversations a little more. And then we're still going to do all our activities. And I think we might try to just stick to the reviews and the details about certain things on social media. And we've been trying to do that recently with some of our posts on social media about telling you what the food item was or snack item was, and then giving the descriptor there, because we had kind of talked about, well, we might not do that on the podcast anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's where it kind of leads into on social media, you might start to see some of those short clips talking about those specific things instead of sitting here for an hour listening to us list off different menu items.
Also, for me, it kind of turned into a school presentation vibe, which I'm already not super comfortable doing. I hate public speaking for someone who is on a podcast.
Yeah.
But
it's different.
Yeah, I just didn't like the scriptedness and the presentation style of it. And I think the conversation format is going to be easier, more fun. I think hopefully you guys as our listeners will agree, enjoy listening to us.
I mean, just a little analytics behind it. It seems like the people that are listening like to listen to the podcasts that were more conversational as opposed to the ones that weren't.
Yeah.
So that kind of gave us a little hint there.
Yeah.
As well too. Not saying we didn't enjoy doing those the few times that we did, but I think just moving forward, you know, it's going to be just more relaxing and enjoyable for us to do that.
Yeah.
And then stick to like the detailed short content form on social media where, you know, hey, I want to see what they've been up to. Oh, look, they put a reel out of a couple food items they tried.
And I think people, at least nowadays, are very much like they want to know recommendations right then and there.
They don't want to wait till we've tried everything and then the festival's almost over.
Right. So it's about timing. It's about comfort. There's a lot of layers to it, but
ultimately we're doing this because we just enjoy doing it. We're not trying to push out content right whenever it's first released. That's not our goal or anything like that. We're just trying to share the fun stuff that we're doing because we think it's interesting and we like doing it. So we're not going to stop doing all this stuff. We're just going to slightly change how we're presenting it to everybody. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Because even this episode and the prior one where we talked about our Christmas traditions just felt nice, felt very natural and very enjoyable.
So kind of speaking about like future episodes and stuff, are there any topics or future episode ideas that you're looking forward to doing?
Since we're making this slight little change, I'm a little excited because now we can focus this conversation on more like life and life updates and things going on with us or things that have gone on with us or even like traditions like we talked about at Christmas, and then leave the other stuff to like social media. So I know we've talked about sharing Bandit's heart and health journey since that started. We've talked about sharing my health journey. What are some of the other things that you've thought about?
Now, I still love the idea of still bringing in like the Disney touches and stuff. So like something that I would love to record is if we could have a perfect park day, like what that would look like for each of us.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not necessarily like a review. It's just more of like, hey, if we could have a perfect park day, what would that look like?
Yeah.
And then
I'm glad you brought that up because just to reiterate what we were saying, we're not going to not talk about theme parks and restaurants and, you know, things like that. We're just not going to go as in heavily in depth and rate everything like we were doing. We're going to probably just, oh my gosh, you got to go to this booth because everything was really good. My favorite thing in the festival was XYZ and not name everything that we ate because it's a lot.
It is a lot.
So yeah, like what you were mentioning, what's your perfect park day? Because I feel like a lot of people listening to this are Disney fans.
I would hope so. So another thing that I'm excited to maybe talk about more is how we met, our relationship, and kind of more into like us dating.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know. I sometimes like bragging about that kind of stuff.
She likes bragging about me.
Yeah.
I'm the coolest.
And then also, honestly, kind of going back to the Disney idea, the pros and cons of this double income, no kids, or as they call it, DINK lifestyle, and how that looks for us at the Disney parks.
And even like in life.
Yeah.
In general.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
kind of
have
why we
one.
chose to be child free.
Yeah. I even like to talk about, we kind of touch on it here and there, but what it really is like to live in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people just visit here and they go in the bubble of Disney or they go in the bubble of Universal and they don't really come out of it.
Yeah.
Until they leave to go home for their vacation. And maybe some people have thought about the idea of moving down here and just getting an idea of what it's like. I know so many people talk about it, but we could talk about our experience.
Yeah.
What it's like living. I will say, spoiler for whenever that episode talks about, I feel like a lot of it is going to have to do with the people.
Yeah.
Whether it be how they act, how they speak, how they drive.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit different.
Yeah.
At least where we came from.
Yeah. Now, I'm just curious, as far as this podcast is concerned, do you envision us, or would you have like a dream guest come and join us at all?
A dream guest.
Yeah.
A dream guest. You mean like Taylor Swift? No, I'm kidding. That would never happen. That's okay. No, I think it'd be fun to have like a friend or something like back in Wilmington.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they come down and visit and we do like a little recording with them about something.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
And it kind of like talks about them being friends with us, and because like that's like a different perspective of somebody else viewing your relationship and funny stories that may have happened together.
Yeah.
That might be it right now. But are you trying to get me to think like out of the box? Like if you could have anybody on?
Not necessarily. I mean, for me, I think it'd be fun to maybe have like a couple of my book club friends come and join. And I mean, maybe we make it a podcast with it's just us talking about books for one episode. Or if there's like a local YouTuber that does like Disney park YouTubing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Well, we don't have to get like #1 Disney YouTuber up in here, but like, but I mean,
are we allowed to say people that we want to bring on just to yell at? You're bad and you don't.
I mean, I don't think they would enjoy that.
Well, I would enjoy it.
But yeah, like those would be.
I'm not going to name any names, but I feel like people, you could imagine who you would want to yell at if you could yell at.
Get a free pass.
Yeah.
To yell at them.
Maybe a couple hits,
Okay. Well, now we're making a fight club. Yeah, those would be my people that I would like to possibly join for an episode or two. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Overall, it was a good year. 2025 wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst.
It was there.
It was fun though. Like definitely a lot of new crazy stuff happened for us in our lives. I'm glad we got to experience what we did. It's just been like, we've done a lot. Yeah. Like when I think back on it and think about all the stuff we did, I was like, we did a lot of stuff. And I'm just excited to see what 2026 holds, because now I feel just more adjusted. Mm-hmm. And I know what to expect. And I feel like going into 2026, I'm like ready.
I know, like for me, this year kind of almost turned into this year of doubt for me. Like, I don't have regrets about moving here or anything like that, but there was definitely moments where I was like, oh my gosh, like, does it get easier? So.
Oh, I definitely to question myself too. I was like, did we do the right thing?
Yeah.
Like it kind of, and that's associated with like certain things that happened in your day or something like that. And it just kind of makes you think like, boy.
I mean, I think for me, my doubt mostly stemmed from the whole displacement thing that happened with my job, and just a lot of big changes happened kind of all at once.
It's funny. We both had a job at the beginning of 2025. We both left those jobs and we both now have different jobs.
Yeah.
Going into 2026.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just like a year of like doubt, and sometimes doubting myself, doubting my abilities and things. And
Well, you certainly didn't show it.
Well, thank you. I think this year, this upcoming year, is going to be focused on maybe trusting myself more, trusting my abilities more, trusting that I can do hard things and that it's okay if I fall short a little bit here and there. Giving myself some grace. But yeah, that's kind of something that I kind of learned this year is try to give yourself some grace. But aside from that, I'm really grateful for you all listening to this.
This has been a little adventure for us too.
Yeah.
Trying this. We are big fans of watching YouTubers. So I think we've always tossed around the idea of like, what if we did it? What if we did this or that? Or how would it look? And we kind of landed on this format. And so this has been kind of like almost a long time coming thing. Like, we really didn't start talking about this seriously until 8 months ago.
Yeah.
It took us a while to get the courage, the time, and just like how we were going to do this and off the ground and going. So it's been pretty interesting just doing this, the recordings and then editing a little bit and then uploading and seeing, you know, the reaction and responses and then doing stuff on social media and like just seeing what happens. Thanks to the few people.
The real MVPs.
Yeah, thanks to the handful of people that are listening to this. I hope you guys enjoy it. And with that, the 2025 season comes to an end. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. It's like that's on my like Instagram reel so much right now.
I know. I see all the videos of everybody's like year in a recap form.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for 2025 for us.
Woo.
We did it. We made it, guys. So thank you again for listening. Thank you for being with us. If you've been with us from the beginning, we're excited to bring you some new episodes going into next year and trying new things with you all. So with that all said, you can find all of our episodes on Spotify and YouTube, but we also are going to be, like Charlie said, posting our adventures in more detail on Instagram and Facebook. Give us a comment, a like, subscribe. Y'all know what to do. So until next time, shine boldly, dream freely, and remember, there's no one to tell us no. Bye. Happy New Year.